So, this is your sixth baby.
Yep.
How's it been going for you emotionally? Physically, you're fine?
Physically, I'm fine. Emotionally, I think I'm starting to get to that kind of hormones are kicking in a little bit stronger than what they were beforehand, and not so much like hormones as in like morning sickness or anything like that, but kind of feeling a lot more teary. I now feel a lot more tired, but that's obviously due to the stage of pregnancy anyway. It's more difficult to get the normal kind of natural sleep, so therefore it's more tiring, and therefore you feel more exhausted during the day and therefore feel more wobbly in yourself. So it's not it's not the best feeling at the moment emotionally. Don't feel as stable as I did before.
When you say before, is this normal for your pregnancies to feel like this, or is it worse this time?
No, I definitely wouldn't say it's worse. I'd say it is definitely slightly better. I'm not kind of sitting around and moping and not doing anything about it. I'm very aware now of obviously my emotions and what to do when I am having a bad day, and I have kind of that security blanket in place, and kind of will now, instead of kind of just sitting at home watching TV, crying and eating lots of chocolate or something like that, and kind of it just going down that spiral, I'm stopping. I'm contacting people that I know will be of good help and support, and obviously making contact, getting out, getting the exercise, getting the fresh air, the vitamin D, and making sure kind of like, you know, I phone up my mother-in-law and I get some time to myself, you know, so she'll come and have obviously the little one, and I'll, you know, get an early night, have a bath, do all these kind of positive things now, more than instead of it being several days of kind of not doing anything and getting worse and worse and worse and stewing over it. It's now just little blips.
When you are teary, can you explain what happens and how it comes?
It feels like somebody has just hit you in the face with a big wet blanket kind of thing, and it is, you just feel everything at a much heightened kind of than you would do normal, and yeah, it's just, you know, because you can get obviously the normal kind of teary about anything, so you just watch like something nice happen on TV and you cry. But it's like once those gates are open, everything kind of comes out, and it does feel like a flood and very difficult to stop the crying. That's what it feels like at times, that obviously if I start, I'm not going to stop, and when I do kind of start, and it's just so overwhelming, I can't really have a proper conversation kind of thing, and that's normally when I know that I need a kind of time out.
Now, obviously you've suffered postnatal depression in the past.
Yep.
You're going to respond, and you're building lots of stuff in. So what's your thoughts about that, really?
No, an interesting thing is that a friend brought it up to me today. She sort of said, well, you've done it before, you're talking about it a lot, does not dwelling on it kind of actually make it worse? And I was actually, well no, because if anything, it's made me more proactive to make sure that if I do feel wobbly, that I do something about it. I don't just let it kind of go and get out of control and spiral out of control, kind of like the snowball down the mountain kind of thing. That I'm actually kind of putting stops in place to sort of, you know, make sure that I've got obviously the time out, the things that I want to do, my relaxation, that I've got my support network, and that I know where to go if I do need help. So for me, it's very, very important to be proactive this time, to make sure it doesn't spiral out of control, that I don't end up going, and if it turns out that I don't need the help, I can just cancel it, kind of thing, you know. It's asking for it now and making sure it's going to be there doesn't necessarily mean to say I have to use it, and I don't have to feel bad that I'm being proactive and making sure that it's needed. This is my 6th, and yes, I've done it kind of 5 times before, but I'm so excited to meet my new baby and see her, and I'm excited to kind of give birth and go through all that again and see my children kind of reacting to her and building that kind of family unit, and her obviously becoming part of our lives, and how that's going to affect us, and that it's always, it's hope at the end of the day. It's the hope of the new life and what could possibly come from that.